everybody, and welcome to my channel. This is Leslie, and thank you so much for joining me today. So today I am doing a video for the Paper Issues design team, and it's for Scraplift Sunday, week 5, December 2018. So if you are interested in scrapping something or in lifting a scrap, head on over to the Paper Issues Facebook Friends and Fans group, and you are welcome to go and look at the beautiful page we are lifting this week. It's from Debbie, and she put together this really fun page with the embellishments and the embellishment clusters going down the left hand side of the page with a little banner going across the page, and I thought this would be just perfect, just like that. I didn't want to change a lot about that because in any case for the last couple of weeks I've had this idea of how to use a banner in a creative way on a page, and I thought this was just perfect for that, as it had that banner. So she uses 4 square little photos on the left hand side of her page, and I decided that I was going to use these little photos of my son, Andre. It was the day he turned 3, or well, it was his party. And he's eating the fondant off his cake. And his little mouth is full of just food coloring. And yeah, he was having a ball. He just took the fondant right off the cake. There was no cake in that bite. It was just fondant. So he was just really cute having a ball eating his fondant. So yeah, it's wonderful remembering things like that. Okay, so anyway, so here I am cutting into my tracing paper, and I'm going to cut them in 4.5 by 4.5 squares, 4.5 inch squares, and I want to make some little shaker pocket banners. So you'll see that I am going to be making little squares, and then in the end they're going to be too big. So I'm going to have to just cut them a little bit too smaller, but I'm going to be making shaker pocket banners. Yay! So I've been wanting to do that for a bit now, and I've got the opportunity to do that now. Yeah, as I said, at first I cut them way too big, and yeah, they're just way too big, and they don't really fit on the paper really, and I have to cut them a bit smaller. But yes, in the end it just works out really well. So I'm going to be putting some sequins in them and just stitching it with my machine, just stitching the pocket shut with my machine, and in the end they look really cute. So the collection that I'm using today is the Hooray. It's Hooray. Yes, it's the Hooray collection from Crate Paper. It's their birthday collection. Just make sure. Yes, it's called Hooray from Crate Paper, and it's a birthday collection, and it is so fun. They have these cute animals. There's an ostrich, and I mean, coming from South Africa, an ostrich is like any South African's, you know, jam. We love ostriches. We eat them, we ride them, we breed them. So having an ostrich in a scrapbook kit was a real treat. So I thought I would use this this collection to scrapbook my son's 3rd birthday party. He had a wild animal birthday party, so that was just, I mean, perfect. This Crate Paper collection is absolutely perfect. You'll see, well, not on this layout, but I'm sure I'll share some more layouts from his birthday. I baked a cake to look, and it was supposed to look like a crocodile, but meantime the cake looked like, I don't know, like some kind of dragon lizard thing. It was hilarious. But anyway, the mommy baked the cake, and that's all that mattered, hey? And the son loved it, and the fondant that I put on it. So I'm going to be using some of that sequins that I have there. And this is sequins I just bought at a shop here in Dubai. It's not anything special. It's just these little trays with different shades of blue and green and pink and so on. And it's obviously there's some iridescent sequins in there and some really shiny sequins and some matte sequins. So it's got a good mix of sequins. So I then ended up putting some pink sequins in one of the triangles, and I've got no issue with putting pink on a boy page or with putting blue on a girl page, or you know, I don't quite subscribe to the pink and blue thing of boys and girls. So I think that's a load of, yeah, I don't think it's necessary in today's life in any case. I mean, so I went and I stitched around all my little triangles, and I'm just going to be cutting around, cutting off the little threads. Now, if you follow me and if you've been watching my videos, then you'll know that I love leaving the threads, and I thought at first of leaving threads on this layout, but then it didn't quite suit the whole feel of the layout. It wasn't quite as airy-fairy, you know, for me to leave the threads. So I just cut them off and, you know, didn't bother. So anyway, so there is this cut apart sheet with the months of the year in, and I cut out March because his birthday is the 23rd of March, and I just circled a wonky circle around the number 23. Later on, you'll see me writing the year 2012. That was this year. Well, the year his birthday was at, yeah, when he turned 3. So then I'm just going to be writing 2012. And here you see I'm going through all of the papers, and I need something to mat my photos on. And I am struggling to find a paper that I can use to just mat behind my photos. In the end, I choose that paper. I love the blue because if you look at the photo, there's some blue in the background behind my son, and this blue was the perfect blue. It went perfectly with that whole with the blue in the photo, and I thought that would be quite a nice how do I say that, just it would just look nice. I don't think things always have to have a reason to look nice. It just looks nice. Anyway, I wanted to bring a little bit of a border onto my photo because the app that I use to put my photos in a little in a collage before I print it out on my selfie doesn't allow for such a big frame around my photo. So I wanted to add a little white border, and I just matted them on some white cardstock, and I'm just going to be sticking them on like that in a little row, and you can see his little face. I don't know if it's like that if you've got children, or even if you've got grandchildren. When you look at their little faces in photos like this, don't you just fall in love with them all over again? And then you remember what they smelled like when they were that little, and you remember their little podgy fingers, and you remember their little podgy feet, and you remember what they sounded like. And oh man alive. So I love scrapping older photos, and I'm on a mission to get all of my photos scrapped and to have, you know, everything in the albums. Okay, so here is a photo of those animals, and it was a banner, and that photo that just rolled by was just to show you that it is a banner. It's got nothing to do with scrapbooking, but I fussy cut them, and I cut all the animals off the banner, and I fussy cut around them because they had these massive white borders. And this is a banner I bought at Daiso, and I know that Daiso is it's a Japanese shop that is available somewhere in the US. I'm not sure where it is available, but it is obviously available here in Dubai. And I haven't seen that banner again. I saw it months ago. I got it. And then I knew exactly that I wanted to use it for this birthday, specific birthday of my son with the animals. And because it has a lion and a zebra and a giraffe and all of that. And it's birthday animals. They all have something to do with a birthday on. So I thought that this, I mean, it just goes perfectly with this collection. The colors of the animals, the whole feel of the animals, the way they are drawn, the graphics, everything, it just goes perfectly. So I just wanted to let you know that you don't always have to have something that is made for scrapbooking to scrapbook. You can use anything. I mean, that is a massive birthday banner, and I just fussy cut the animals out of it or off it, and I'm using it on my scrapbook layout. And I'm going to be using all those animals on this theme or on this to scrapbook this birthday of my son. So I'm looking forward to using all of them, and I'm sure that I'll be, as I said, I'll be adding some more videos with layouts that I'm making for this birthday with my son, and you'll see that banner again. So behind my photos, I've got like a wood veneer film strip, and in the Scraplift, in the layout that I'm scraplifting, there is Debbie put a one of those film strips behind her photo, and I love the way that the film strip tied in with, you know, the way the photos are placed and all of that. It's such a clever compositional aspect. I love it. So anyway, I am going to be doing quite a lot on the page after I finished this this video. After I finished the video, I realized that I needed to put in some more goodies, but I already had taken down my camera, I had taken down my tripod, I'd taken everything down, I fixed the lighting and everything, and then just to put everything back on, to put some splatters on, I thought, no, let me just, I'll tell you about it, and then you can see it in the end. So there you see that I'm just fussing about with some embellishments and where to put the embellishments and so on. But let me tell you about what I'm going to do with the layout after I've finished. So I'm going to be adding some Heidi Swapp Black Color Shine, just some splatters to the bottom left-hand corner and the to the area of the top right-hand corner of the photo. So I'm just going to be splatting them, making some splats, some black splatters. And I'm also going to be adding some, they're like enamel dots, but they're in the shape of a balloon. And I think they're from We Are Memory Keepers. Yes, they're from We Are Memory Keepers, and they're called enamel shapes. And I also just got that from a little shop here in Dubai. And I'm just going to be placing them along the right-hand side of the photos as well, just to echo the fact that all the balloons are sort of going up that way. I am also, what am I also going to be adding? I'm also going to be adding some enamel hearts, just to bring in some more texture to the layout. And I also add a little arrow below the word March that is pointing to the photos, and you'll see that in a little bit. So I have to say, and I'm very sad about this, but this is my last layout for the Paper Issues design team. I'm going to take a break for a little bit, and then hopefully I'll be back later in the year, later in 2019. I anticipate that I will be back, but for the next couple of months I will still be on the Just Nick design team, and I will still be doing loads of videos for her, and I have some collaborations coming up. That's very exciting for me. The other thing that is very exciting, I was asked to be a guest designer for Cheeky Studio for the month of January. So I'm very excited for that. So please watch the space for some exciting Cheeky Studio layouts there. And here you'll see that the photo is coming up, and I will talk you through what I did. So I added some of the black Heidi Swap Color Shine, some enamel shapes shaped in the shape of little balloons. There you see some of them, that arrow puffy sticker that I stuck down. And that is it. See you again soon. Bye.